Hey there, Brian Goulet of GouletPens.com here, and I'm trying something new out, taking Periscope videos, recording them, and putting them up on YouTube. So something new to try, and if you haven't checked out Periscope yet, check us out at Goulet Pens on Periscope. But this specific video is one that I streamed late at night, as I sometimes do from my house, but it's showing you a variety of some of the newest pens that we have out, including the Omas Ogiva Cocktail, the TWSBI 580 All Blue, Kaweco Purple, the Visconti Crimson Tide Opera Master, and the Visconti Saturno, as well as the Visconti Millennium Arc. So there's a lot crammed into this one video. I hope you enjoy it. Bum, bum. Yes. Yes, come into our broadcast. I'm just gonna let you all drool for a minute. We got just so much stuff going on. What's up, church boy?
Yeah, jumping.
You missed the Visconti reveal because of school. Oh, school's the worst. School's the worst. Yeah, you can watch it back. What's up?
Saturno's gonna be the best.
How's it going? Yep, these are some of the pens that we're going to be showing tonight.
So glad they changed the trim color in that.
Yes. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. What's up, Ash? Okay, so some of the pens that we're going to be talking about tonight. This is going to be just so many. No Legos tonight. Tonight's going to be all pens for Brian. We got the Millennium Arc, Rainbow, and then I have the Moonlights in those boxes back there. But I already broadcasted those earlier today, so I may skip over those because we got so much other stuff.
Did you get the cocktail out, or is it in the box?
The cocktail is still in the box. Yes, the Ogiva Cocktail in blue, my personal one. We got both the metallic purple and the regular purple Kaweco, so we can talk about those. There's a story. We got the TWSBI 580 all in blue. We have samples of all 4 colors of the Visconti Saturno, which is going to be coming out soon. And then we have our exclusive, the Visconti Opera Master double reservoir powder filler, which is in the Crimson Tide material in a rose gold trim. And there's also going to be a black rhodium trim, but we don't have that one yet. So I want to show you these a little bit more up close. Oops. All right, so Rachel and I are here. I got a little tripod set up so I don't have to actually hold the camera, so that's kind of cool.
Thank you.
Exactly, yes. Total treat here tonight. So let's see here. Trying to position the camera as such. Okay, there's Rachel, kind of hanging out down there.
That's our house.
Yeah, we're at home. No, we don't work at the office this late.
April, we are hoping, we've been told, budget, this is the pen you want to look at. So again, the other one is the one we actually have.
Yes, so pretend this one doesn't exist right now. This is the one that you want to pay attention to.
No, we pay our distributors first before we even get the product,
yes.
Generally. We might have terms with some, but we have to buy all of our inventory before we ever sell anything.
Yes, that's generally how it works.
Yeah, Yamabudo would look amazing. That's in my Homo sapiens right now.
Yamabudo in this one, yeah. This one's a little, it's a purple, but it's kind of more of a magenta.
Yeah, they're both
especially when you hold the two next to each other, it really makes you realize how dark this one is and how much lighter this one is.
Yeah, they're definitely both purple.
It looks a little blue. Part of that is the lighting plus the cell phone camera and stuff like that.
It's pretty purple.
It's a very distinctly purple pen. It just next to the other one, it seems really blue. How does something like you not knowing something? Sorry, I missed all that.
Oh, if we're gonna get a pen work, we haven't paid for it yet because we haven't put our order in.
Yes.
But as soon as we order it and they say, yeah, you're getting X number, then we get billed for it.
Or sometimes we order,
or
sometimes we order it and they come back and say we don't actually have it. Then they don't actually bill us for it.
Yeah, we pay for what we receive, but
yes.
we pay before we sell it. So we have to sell and pay ourselves back, basically.
So what nibs are available on these, Rachel?
Extra fine, fine, medium. It does come in other ones, but we're only stocking extra fine, fine, and medium.
Which converter works for Kaweco?
There isn't a good one, we'll be honest.
Kaweco makes their own converter, but it's not great.
It's not good. It's the point where it was not a product we believed in and we dropped it. So you're going to want to either refill a cartridge or convert it to an eyedropper. Because it's plastic, you can do that.
Yep.
Yeah, we carry the Kaweco squeeze converter, but it was pretty faulty.
It was not great.
It fell apart, and then you
I was actually preparing to shoot a video on it, and it was like falling apart in my hands, and I was like, I can't do this.
The Mini Monteverde doesn't fit consistently.
It can fit, but it doesn't fit reliably enough for us to say like, yeah, go ahead. It's going to be hit or miss.
It's a good eyedropper, or refill a cartridge, or use cartridges.
Yeah, any of those options will work.
So that's the story on the purple.
So that's the Kaweco. Okay, moving on. I guess we'll just kind of walk on up the ladder here. We have the TWSBI 580 All,
which I have
in
inked with
blue.
Konpeki right now.
And I was kind of surprised. The blue is much more of a sky blue than what I was originally anticipating. So
You can open it up.
you can open it up. Rachel's got Konpeki in it. So it's the same thing as a TWSBI 580, except a couple of the components are made of aluminum. In this case, anodized aluminum. So it's a blue grip, a metal grip,
Recommended matching ink. See, I looked at our swap shop. I had a tough time because it's light. There aren't any good saturated light blues.
Yeah.
So I put Konpeki in it. It isn't an exact match, but it's nice.
It did look a little more royal blue in the
Diamond
photos.
China blue actually might work.
Jody, this is the TWSBI 580 All in blue.
Agicide, yeah.
That would work. That would work.
Yeah, it's a little more purple.
Anything that's like a periwinkle kind of color,
Yeah.
I think would work really well with this pen. Yeah. Our daughter's like singing up there or something. Jeroboam Blue Nuit, that's going to be a little dark. The other one, Blue Provence, well, that's really more of a turquoise. I don't know.
Era. It's a little
It
too
is-
sky blue.
it is a pastel.
It's a light periwinkle. Yeah.
It is very much of a pastel blue.
Tried to order for pickup an hour ago. We didn't offer pickup option. Just put a note in your order comments. We'll refund the shipping back, and you can still pick it up. We had to remove that option because for whatever reason, everything on the site was defaulting to it. So a lot of people were checking out, not realizing they selected local pickup, and it was a pain in the butt trying to like correspond with them and get all that worked out. So we've temporarily disabled it until we can fix that issue. So just check out like normal, but put a note in your order comments just saying local pickup. We'll refund your shipping. We'll have your order ready for you in the morning.
It's a huge pain, but it's a workaround that we have to do right now.
So we do offer it, it's just not a, yeah. We are in Ashland, Virginia, which is just north of Richmond. If you know where King's Dominion is, off of 95, we're like 5 miles away from that. There's a big Bass Pro Shop right off 95, we're right near there.
Thank you, Sarab. We have to be in this business.
Any news on the VAC Mini since we're in TWSBI? No. They told me by the end of the year, but that was months ago. So we'll see.
Yeah, it's kind of getting near the end of the year.
They'll tell me when they tell me. They are prototyping some new stuff, so they posted a bunch of that today. So there's like a new entry level they're working on with some new filling mechanism. So we'll see. There's so much they're working on, but whenever they post a prototype, it's always like 1 to 2 years away.
Yeah.
The VAC Mini was supposed to be out by the end of this year, but as it is almost November, I just don't know. Maybe it'll be January.
Ooh, Jody says piston or vacuum, which is better? Ooh, that's a good one. That's a good one. There's not a lot of vacuum fillers out there, so your options are really quite limited. So I would say piston because you have more options generally, but vacuum is going to have a higher ink capacity. The one thing about vacuum pens is you have to unscrew. Ellie, you need to go to.
You need to go to sleep, sweetie. Go to
Oh,
bed.
they're both out of bed, dear. Can you go?
They're both out?
Yeah. Guys, you need to go to bed.
Both of you.
Yeah, let's go back to bed. These kids. It's like 9 o'clock. Jeez. Anyway. We're not going to drug our kids. VAC seems to be the only probably done by Visconti. I mean, the TWSBI VAC is, well, okay, the Pilot Custom 823 is really good. The TWSBI VAC 700 is not bad too, especially for the price. I saw an article on FP Geeks that showed the inside of the Homo sapiens has a plastic tube. I've never taken it apart. That's interesting. I'll have to ask them about that. Is your son feeling better? Oh, you might be talking about a plastic tube like to line the inside of the body of the pen. That's what I would suspect. Empty nest rocks. We'll be there. We chose to have kids young. We had our first age 25. So our son will be graduating high school when we are 43. So we will be empty nesters with plenty of life left to live. Visconti, though you don't have to unscrew the cap for long writing sessions.
Are you showing any more pens yet?
True. No, not yet. I'm just kind of answering some questions.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Jess is like, can I keep my door open like Ellie has hers open? I'm like, no, she's getting her door closed too.
These kids, they'll try to get away with anything. Anyway, let's move on. I'm just going to briefly cover the Millennium Arc because we've had the rainbow for a couple of weeks, but we got the other colors in. I can bust them out of the case if you guys want to do it. We've been together for 14 years. Do you guys want to see the other colors? Because I can get them out, but I had them in the box and I didn't want to pull them all out if you were not interested. If you happen to see the broadcast earlier today.
I can also show you a sneak peek of the new color. I got a nice picture of it today.
Yeah. The store only has the sky blue. We should have all of them. Show the sky blue. Okay. All right, I'll show you.
Ryan,
it's just going to take me a minute. I didn't.
Blue type vision?
Yeah. So they're coming out with another color. So the sky blue, which is what everybody's asking about, that is, they got shorted on that. So they had less material than they thought they did. And we got seriously shorted on those. So we're not going to have them for very long.
I haven't added the blue typhoon yet. But I'm going to be doing that later tonight.
All right, so let me bust out.
Which should be coming in the next week or two.
Here's the burgundy, or the red, I guess they call it. It's really a burgundy.
They call it burgundy. It says red on the box, but it is officially burgundy.
Voila. Nice. It's a burgundy color with black swirls in it. Really nice. I'm going to put it down for a second while I get the next one out. Next one is a green one, which is really cool. Green pens are really hit or miss.
Yeah.
They can be really hit or miss.
This is a nice green.
It is a very nice green. There we go. So it's a dark green. It's kind of like a forest green, and it has these white swirls in it. But these swirls are not pearlescent. These are very opaque swirls. It's almost like a ribbon. Our kids are 3 and 5, so they haven't really started using fountain pens yet. Mainly just to like stab things, so we don't give them to them often. Does the arch along the body mess with your hand? Not me. I don't think it would, because when you're holding it in your hand, it's right in the crook of your hand, so it's really not gonna bother anything. That's part of why they put it where they put it. This pen is called the Visconti Millennium Arc. And this is the green.
The Moonlight collection?
Yes.
This is forest green.
Yes. And then the last one, which is technically not the last one. Yes, it is out of the way. It does help to visualize these things, which is why I guess I'm glad that you're here, so you can see. Let me hold it in my hand. And these pens, I've debated about actually doing like a fully produced video on these because
they're so limited. They're
so limited.
They're going to be gone in a couple weeks. So
here is this sky blue.
It looks like red in it.
It looks a little more purple in the video than it does in real life. But there you go. So it's got this nice red. It's a very pearlescent blue. It's actually not that far off from the TWSBI blue.
You want to see the blue typhoon?
Yeah, Rachel's got a picture. What is on the website then? All 3 of these are on the website.
Well, 4 including rainbow.
4 including the rainbow.
And then let me show you one I haven't put on the site yet, but it's coming in 1 to 2 weeks.
Nice. That's when you ordered? Yeah, that's a good one.
Okay, let's see if I can do this.
Oh boy, it's not going to show up great. But if you hold it...
Sorry.
So it's kind of dark, but there you go. You get an idea.
It's like blue with like white swirls. I'll go back to that other one.
Yeah, you can't really see it.
It does look ebonite-ish.
It's not ebonite. It's not ebonite.
We saw it in person. In person, it looks a lot.
It looks really good.
I mean, it's definitely resin.
Yeah. Now they did a pen in the opera couple of years ago,
Opera
right?
Typhoon.
They did an Opera Typhoon out of the same material. It's that same material if you're familiar with Visconti.
So this will be, I'm putting on the site later, soonish, so it'll be coming like 1 to 2 weeks. Oh, on the Midnight Thunder?
Midnight Thunder, we have our last batch in, when is our last, have we gotten it yet?
Yeah, it's here.
You just got it in. We can tell you how many of those pens we have left.
We have 18 left.
18 Midnight Thunders.
That's it.
That's it. That's all there's going to be because there's no more material left.
That's all nib sizes.
So if you wanted a Midnight Thunder premiere,
jump on it.
That's
Jump on it.
It sounds like a lot, but it's kind of not.
Who's responsible for the points? Depends. Do you like it or do you not?
Me. I'm responsible for that.
We've talked about a new pen without points, but it'll be a ways away.
When I hear points, I think of Buster on Arrested Development. Remember when he first met with Lucille too? He didn't have his glasses on, and he said there was a like fuzzy blob with points. That's how he described her hair. Anyway. Midnight Thunder name for post-Taco Bell feeling. Lucille, yes.
Oh, here we go, Arrested Development.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
All right, we have more pens to show.
I literally have a folder on my computer for Arrested Development memes that I use to send internally to our different office staff who appreciate it very much. I've made a huge mistake. There's always money in the banana stand.
All right, let's show more pens.
All right. It started leaking when you took off the cap. All right. Send us an email about that. We'll help you troubleshoot that. info@gouletpens.com. Visconti is intriguing to you. Okay. Edisons are stinky. You mean like smelly?
Like the
or you just don't like them?
Like the fresh acrylic.
Oh, reeking, not leaking. Oh. Well, here's the thing. So Edison's pens
Freshly turned.
are very freshly turned. Like most manufacturers make their pens, they sit around for a while, they go in a box, they sit on a distributor's shelf for a while, they get sent to a retailer for a while, and then they get sent to you. And it's like months before it actually makes its way to you. So there's lots of off-gassing and stuff the material has. Edison's pens, literally, they make them, ship them out, you get them like a few days later. So you're getting a lot of the raw smell from them being freshly turned.
It does go away over time.
It does go away over time.
I have a couple Edisons I use regularly. They don't smell anymore.
Yeah, get a Noodler's pen, and that will make you.
That
will make your Edison pen smell. And honestly, I used to turn pens out of this acrylic material, so when I smell those Edison pens, it like smells really good to me. So anyway, you have it airing out for a while. Yeah, it'll work its way out. Just give it a week or two, and you'll be good. You rub them under your arms. Oh gosh. You have 5 Edisons. They don't smell. Yeah, they go away. They go away. Okay, you've asked a question before. It's hard to turn a wood pen after getting a blank. Is it hard to turn a wood pen after getting a blank? Turning the wood is the easy part. Everything else is the hard part. Finishing it, getting it to fit flush, all that kind of stuff. There's a really good forum for if you want to get into wood pen turning. Penturners.org is the site you want to go check out. It's like the fountain pen network for pen turners. Okay, so let's see here.
Pens.
More pens. Shall we show the cocktail?
Yeah.
The Ogiva cocktail.
Just launched that
So
today.
this I didn't even take out of the box yet because I wanted to show you the box because the packaging's super nice. So the packaging, this box is solid. Omas does a really nice box. And they have like debossing in the top here that's really cool. And I've been excited about these because I've wanted this blue. Really nice looking. It's nice like felt material. It's really good. And then it has this nice kind of pen rest in here, which for those of you that didn't know this, there's stuff underneath here, like the warranty information and all that, but you can flip this over, and it's got like a 2-pen thing, so if you have 2 of them or whatever, you can do that.
Probably use
So
that if they ever sell like a set.
I think that's why they do it that way. But it's kind of cool. It's nice and reversible like that, so nice little...
It does look like Bay State Blue.
Nice
I
little
don't know
thing
if you
there.
want to put Bay State Blue in it though.
I don't know if I will put Bay State Blue in here, just personally. Okay. And then you pull the thing out of the sleeve. Oh, yes. Ooh. Ooh. I personally, this is my personal one, I decided to go with an extra fine, 18 karat. Not a fan, I mean, okay, so the 14 karat nibs on these are amazingly soft, but I don't like using soft nibs for my everyday writing, personally. So I opted for the 18.
This is the Ogiva cocktail. It
Yes.
just came out today in 3 colors. This is Blue Angel. There's also Vodka Lemon and Bloody Mary.
And the Bloody Mary with Diamond Syrah would be a perfect match. Sam, you're going to love that. Yes. Yeah, then you ink it up and spring the tines. Done that before. Okay, and mine is number 10 out of 327, which is kind of cool. The numbers that we get are completely random. So I will say that. So there's not a lot of consistency as far as numbers.
Even within like a given size and color, they're all over the place.
How long will they stick around? That is an excellent
Great
question.
I know Omas sold out. Like, we didn't even get our full order that we wanted, so
Yeah.
I don't know. Weeks?
You hate the crinkly plastic. It is what it is. So here we go.
I don't think it'll be months.
No, I don't think so either. The numbers are typically not consecutive. They're usually all over the place.
I mean, we had like this particular one I pulled for you, Brian. Like, they were all in like the teens to 20s, but they weren't consecutive. This particular color and size. So, because the numbers are out of the entire color, and then they distribute it among different nibs, so it's really hard to know.
Good stuff, man. Good stuff. So somebody asked, is this an acrylic material? The answer is yes and no.
Kind of.
So they make it out of what they call cotton resin, which is their own proprietary blend of an acrylic resin and cotton cell, basically. So they kind of extract cotton cell fiber and they insert that in here. So it's a blend between basically a celluloid and acrylic. So what that does for you is it gives you a lot of the benefits of the celluloid without a lot of the drawbacks. Precious resin. Yes, but it's not just plastic. So it's a little more special than just a typical plastic. So some of the benefits are going to be that it's going to be a little bit warmer to the touch. It's going to be smooth. It has a little bit of a different feel than just regular plastic does. It's a little, like especially when it gets wet, it actually gets a little grippy because it's a slightly hygroscopic, which means that it's going to wick away some of the moisture in your fingertips
Kind
a
of like
little
the
bit.
Homo sapiens.
Not quite to the degree of the Homo sapiens or like an ebonite pen, but similar, maybe a little more similar to a polished ebonite pen. But then it's going to be a little more scratch resistant, and it's going to be more stain resistant than a celluloid typically would be. So it's a nice blend between a celluloid and an acrylic pen. Yes. See, it's not as special because it's not made of lava, right? Yeah, exactly. It's really nice. Personally, for me, the blend of the blue with the rhodium trim is just so spot on. This is just like
That's a jam.
awesome. Awesome. I can't even show you my cell phone case right now, but it's literally like white, silver, and blue. So to me, it was like I was really excited for this to just keep coming out. And then another thing about this is it's fluted as well. So it's got like a really cool kind of texture to it when you're holding it. It's really nice. And then Omas, they do a really good job with their nibs. Their nibs are really good. The 18 karat is rather soft. If you want to get a super soft, like flexible one, you get the 14 karat, but the 18 karat itself is really soft. And they use ebonite feeds that are individually heat set to each of these nibs too. So the flow is going to be really good. Tends to be rather generous writing, pretty wet. Any chance the Visconti Moonlight or the Omas Cocktail will make it to Christmas? I highly doubt either of those.
I don't think so.
I highly doubt it.
Not like Christmas Day, no.
I'm sorry to say.
A couple weeks, maybe.
Yeah.
It's really hard to know.
Yeah. So. Yeah, there you go. Make up some other occasion that
I
you wanted.
buy it and give it to you later or whatever.
Yes. Vodka lemon will probably be like the orange and take a while. I imagine we'll have more of the lemons.
We actually didn't. That's
But
the
we
one
didn't get that
that
many.
was shorted on.
So, I don't know. It's hard to say. The lemon one is definitely more translucent than the others. I will say that. The burgundy one, the Bloody Mary, is the least translucent. The blue one is kind of in between, and the lemon one is quite translucent. So, okay. Anything else? I'm going to show the Saturno next. That's what we're getting to.
Yeah, we did show the TWSBI blue.
Yeah, we'll show the TWSBI blue, but I can show it again. There you go.
It's inked up.
It's inked up, but it's nice periwinkle blue. will the Saudi Sheikh get 8 of the Crimson Tides? I don't think so, because we have all the numbers. So I don't know if that's literally like every finish color of every single pen that he gets. I don't know exactly what that is.
No, because we have all of them.
Yeah, we have them all.
All
You
right.
did miss Kaweco, yes.
You can rewatch the broadcast and see what you missed.
Yeah,
Or
so
we could just
as
watch
I'm
it
picking
real
up the next one, there's the 2 Kawecos, dark purple and metallic purple here, which is like a magenta color. Okay, so let's move on to the Saturnos next, because what number am I keeping? I have number 10 of the blue. Now there's a 10 with every
Or are you talking about the Crimson
color.
Tide?
Oh, the Crimson Tide. Well, we'll get there. We're not there yet.
Which Quakers come in tins? The All Sport and the Brass Sport. So the expensive
The
ones.
expansive ones. Okay. You can watch it if you miss it live. Yes. So Periscope has it where you can watch it for 24 hours. However, we have a loophole. If you go
Yes,
to,
we're going up on the price scale.
yes, we are going up because I know everybody wants to see the Crimson Tide. So we're working our way up. So if you go to catch.me, KATCH.me/Goulet pens, you can see all of our more recent periscopes that are saved in perpetuity. Okay. Let's move on. Is Ellie singing? That's our daughter. Okay. She literally sounds like in the movie Monsters, Inc., that little girl, Boo, who Sully becomes good friends with. She literally sounds exactly like that little girl. Like, we'll watch that movie and Ellie will
Well, she's
repeat.
grown up a little bit.
Yeah, she has repeat. What do they eat for dinner? Chick-fil-A. Hey, Monsters, Inc. is awesome. We love that. And Monsters University, a new recent discovery for us.
I was surprised. I really didn't think it would be good, but
It was
so good.
really good. Really,
We've
really
watched
good.
it like 10 times now.
Yes. Anyway, that's not why you guys are here. You want to talk about pens. Okay. So, Visconti Saturno. Joseph, what are you doing, buddy? No, you need to go to sleep, Joseph.
Joseph, go back to bed. You need your rest. You have your costume dress up day tomorrow. Okay? No.
No, you can have your night light on, but not your big light.
Sleep, bud. Okay. Good night. Go back upstairs.
Good night,
Good night,
Joseph. We love you. I do get into like a dad mode. Yeah. I do put on a dad face.
Did any of you catch Periscope earlier with the Lego, monster truck and all that?
Oh my gosh. Joseph was adorable earlier, but he was quite distracting. Anyway. Yes. So, where were we? Visconti Saturno.
So it's coming in the next week or two.
Yes. So these pens are kind of interesting. They're a little different than anything we've seen in the last 2 months from Visconti since we started carrying them. But they are very planetary, I think is a good way to describe them.
Should I get the poopy out?
Oh, yes. So, if you look at the style of the pen, it looks somewhat similar to the Rembrandt, but it's definitely fancier. It's a little bigger.
Well, it's got the big 23 karat palladium nib, which the Homo sapiens
does.
has. This is actually,
But like the overall style.
This is actually now, because I saw this question earlier on Reddit. This is now the most affordable Visconti with the full
the
size,
palladium nib.
the oversized 23 karat palladium nib.
Yes. So they're nearly the same as the original Van Goghs circa 2005. Okay, that's good to know. So you can see the style is somewhat similar to the Rembrandt, but there are some very stark differences. First off, there's no My Pen system in the top, so no jewels on this one. It is not a magnetic cap, it is a screw cap. There's no finial on the end. The pen overall is larger, and the clip is different. The clip is a little slimmer, it's rounder, it's a little more elegant. It's It's not quite as squared off and chunky as it is on here, though I like the chunky look as well. Who designs pens for these companies, and how do you get that job? Well, Dante Del Vecchio, the guy who started the company, is the one who designs these pens. So you too can design pens if you start your own pen company and build it from the ground up, like Dante did. No, literally, he designs all their pens still, 30 years later.
He has people now who help him, but he's still the inspiration behind them all.
So yes, it is meant to look like Saturn.
And
now, obviously, Saturn is not a big long tube like a pen, but it has the rings on the center band.
And the 4 colors are named after Saturn's 4 largest moons. They have, what, like 67 moons or something crazy?
Is that how many it has?
That's a lot. Something.
And then it's got the rings. And then it's got the rings right here. So it's got that beautiful, large 23 karat palladium nib. This is the same nib that you're going to see on
the full-size Homo sapiens.
The full-size Homo sapiens, which I have.
I have the mini on me.
In my backpack, which is over there.
I love the brown, how they put the trim.
Yes. Here's the
Visconti
MIDI
Classic
size.
is not available to us. It's a limited edition that is no longer made or available, so no. Sorry.
It's Jupiter with 65 moons.
Oh.
How many moons does Saturn have? Somebody look that up real quick.
It's in my marketing materials.
So you can see here, this is the Homo sapiens MIDI size. The larger size has this bigger nib, so that's what you're going to get on the Saturno. Same nib as what's on the Homo sapiens. It's their 23 karat palladium Dream Touch nib, and it writes really nice, as Randy Quaid's character says in, what's it called? National Lampoon. It is a big nib. It's about a number 6 size nib, so it's a nice size nib. 62 moons, is that right? You could take a nap.
Here it is, 62.
62, there you go.
Of which 53 are officially named.
Well.
That's close.
Why don't they name the rest of them?
Saturn's largest moon, Titan, is also the second largest in the solar system, is larger than the planet Mercury.
How about that?
The rings were discovered by Galileo in 1610. He's Italian. There's the link.
Nice. That's true. They did tell us that.
Blue Titan. Titan is the largest moon. And then you have Rhea. Is it Rhea? Rhea, Lapidus, and Dione. This is brown Dione.
Dione? Is that how it's said?
Yes, these are limited. These are limited edition.
These are limited edition. They are going to be numbered.
What are they out of?
Great question. I don't know. You're asking if you should get a cocktail or save up for the Ohio Pen Show. That's a tough one. Depends what you're looking for at the show. But the cocktails are not going to be around forever.
It'll be around 200 fountain pens and 100 roller balls of each color.
Okay, that's not, and that's worldwide. That's not a ton.
No.
That's not a ton.
What is with all these limited editions coming out? I know, seriously, us too. We're like,
I mean, this is what
money, take our money.
This is what Visconti does, though. Like, they have the Rembrandt, the Van Gogh, and the Homo sapiens.
No, they have more than that.
As regular.
Yeah, they have more than that.
Sorry. They have the Divina,
the
Michelangelo, and the Opera Medal.
Yeah.
Those are all the
regular edition.
Those are all the what they call the regular edition pens that are available for an extended period of time. Everything else they make is limited editions, and I think it's because Dante loves to make new pens.
Well, that and so some of the materials, like they only have enough to make, like they have a rare find. It's like, oh, we have this celluloid from whatever, let's make, and then they can only make a certain number.
Exactly. So, these are cartridge converter pens, so pretty easy to operate. It does have the fancy pants converter on it. So it's a standard international converter, but it's got this fancy little covering on the back of it with the Visconti logo in the top there and everything. Pretty classy looking, if you ask me. So, but it's a regular standard international converter.
The list price is $5.95. We'll have it for $4.76.
Yes.
Again, cheapest Visconti with this particular nib. So it's pretty cool.
It is not a double reservoir.
Yeah, same nib as the Divina.
That'll be coming up. Same nib as the Divina, yes, that is true. And then the clip is a spring clip. So, nice big opening there. And what's kind of neat too, if you look at this like screw on the back of it here, it actually goes down when you pull on the clip. Just noticed that the other day. Kind of neat. I don't know.
Show all the colors.
Yes. Okay. So this is the, what's it called? The brown.
What's the business reason behind not showing the price on Visconti? That's their decision, not ours.
Green.
I don't know. I'll be honest, I don't know. They allow us to sell at 20% off MSRP, but they want MSRP displayed, and maybe it's a perceived value thing. I can't really speak to it.
Well, it's a minimum advertised pricing. They don't want pricing to go spiraling out of control. So
yeah, but I don't understand why we can't just advertise at the $20 price.
Because you have to draw the line somewhere as far as where you publicly advertise it, and they've chosen to draw the line at MSRP.
Yeah.
That's all.
I don't know. I guess what I'm saying is I don't know why some companies do one way and some do another. This has been our first experience with one where we're allowed to sell lower than what we're advertising for, so it's a little weird. Like it's advertised one price, but you put it into your cart and it's a cheaper price.
Yeah, Penn Chalet does the same thing. Pretty much everybody does.
Some have like email for price. It's the same concept.
Yeah.
Do you need to plug in? Are you gonna be okay?
I don't know. We'll find out.
So this is the green Lapidus. Lapidus?
Super nice.
Lapidus? I don't know how to say it.
And some of these are samples. So this one's a rollerball, which we're not going to carry, but that's what the rollerball looks like.
Yeah, it is kind of like a sticker price, which in some places you may pay it, but normally there's.
Isn't that price fixing? See, it's not price fixing because they're not dictating what we can actually sell it for, just what we can advertise it for. This is the black one. Forgive me, I don't know the names off the top of my head. It looks weird. The rollerball does look a little weird. Fountain pen, gorgeous. And it's really comfortable to hold too. Like, for me, I don't like pens like the Lamy Studio that have a slick metal grip that tapers down and has nothing to stop you at the end. I don't like it as much. But
I think it's the Black Rhea.
It's got a nice little kind of like stopping point. It's like a little speed bump there for your fingers to keep it from going off the edge.
Yeah, I think brown's gonna do the best too.
You think so?
Yeah.
The green's pretty cool too though. But green is always so hit or miss.
Yeah.
Yeah, Visconti does do a good job.
The blue's really nice.
The blue is nice too. It's a very dark blue.
Blue Titan.
And what's cool is the enameling that they do on the rings and on the logo here.
Backfilled behind the
It
window.
matches the pen, which is a nice touch.
Yeah, this blue's really pretty.
Yeah. Ugh.
Don't judge. Now, if you want a special order one, let me know. But generally,
we're not going to
carry
stock them.
Yeah. It's either the brown or Homo sapiens. Ooh.
So Rob, I don't think that's actually true because I asked them about that. It's a different mechanism. Okay. So, any more questions on the Saturnos? Because I only have one pen left.
That should be coming within a week or so. Retro Metro is coming next week too. Woo!
Okay. So, I'm going to package up the next one a little bit and just show you what it looks like in its presentation because it's pretty legit looking.
We can't even describe how heavy this case is. Oh, it's also going to come with a traveling inkwell.
Yeah, if people have been claiming that for years, that's interesting. Because I asked them at Visconti and they said that's not exactly the case. It looks similar, but it's not the same. Cocktails are starting to sound cheap. I know, right? Okay. So, Crimson Tide. So, it comes in a pretty sizable box. Just to give you an idea, here's a Rembrandt. Okay, that gives you an idea of the size of this box. So I'm gonna open it up.
Thank you. I was upset by that too.
What?
Nothing. I'd go on a rant. I'm gonna stop myself.
Oh, okay. So you open up the box, and I always think it's cool when there's a big box like this and they make the flap so that it comes down like this. It's so thoughtful. It's so thoughtful. And it's got this nice like protected stuff here, and you open it up, and this box is just like legitimate.
It's heavy. It's
very heavy. This has got to weigh what, like 2 pounds right here?
Something like that.
I think the box weighs about 2 pounds. And then it's nice solid box. You open it up. It's like bam, right there. It's got a nice like leather feeling. I'm sure it's not real leather, but it's a nice leather feeling thing in here. A little hidden compartment there. A divorce starter kit. Oh my goodness. And it does have numbered cards here, so you get a number card to match your pen. So that's pretty cool. And then the pen just kind of rests in here.
It's nice and snug.
It is snug. It is definitely secure. And then it comes wrapped in their crinkly plastic. Italians love their crinkly plastic on their pens. Okay. And here is the Opera Master.
With rose gold trim, crimson tide, rose gold trim. They even coated the titanium rod on the inside with rose gold.
They did.
This is legit.
I'm going to be doing a nice video on this because this cell phone camera totally isn't doing this pen justice. Won't that corrode? I don't think so. I'll have to ask them about that, but I doubt it because they think through just about everything on this.
That's true.
The blue version is your grail.
It is huge and it's heavy.
It's very heavy. I don't have an exact weight.
It's really 60 some grams. It's the heaviest pen we carry.
Wow.
It's more than the stainless steel M2000.
It's like the Nicki Minaj of pens. Yes. So,
Open it up.
some details. Okay, so it's got my pen system in the top. It's got the
Brian,
spring
just
clip.
because it has a logo doesn't mean it comes out.
I'm pretty sure because it's spinning.
Okay.
I can spin it around.
Because only the regular editions are supposed to be swappable. Others, it's like, it had some that are like glued in there.
No, this one I can move it.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah.
Still. Anyway.
So you could put a jewel on the top of this thing if you wanted to. Details of this pen.
Screw cap.
It is a screw cap. That is correct. For those of you who aren't familiar with the Opera pens, if you look at it, it is both square and rounded.
Squaring the circle.
They call it squaring the circle.
That's Brian's pen, so it's on him if he ruins it. Well, that's my money too, so yeah, don't drop it.
We're married. It's our money. So it is squared on four sides.
It's like saying a Ferrari takes gas. Well, as opposed to like the hook.
As opposed to a hook loop or a magnetic cap or something like that. And then it's rounded on the corners here. So it's got a nice rounded feel, squounded, yes. It's got a nice rounded feel to it, but you can see here, especially on the center band, what effect that has with the square and roundedness. But it also makes it kind of cool is if you're setting this pen down with the cap not on it, then it does not, it's not going to roll away. So as you unscrew the pen, you can see the gorgeous palladium nib, same Dream Touch nib that is on the Saturno and the Homo sapiens and the Divina. So it writes really, really nicely. The cap does post, though that makes it a quite
should see it in my hand.
Unwieldy pen. Yes. So, you know, maybe not the pen that you would whip out at the bank.
Even unposted.
Depending on the bank, maybe. Not the kind of thing you're going to whip out to write on a receipt at a restaurant.
The number is on the back.
The number is engraved on the finial.
Will we be selling your house to for it?
Yes.
No, we're not.
No, we're not.
You said yes.
I was saying yes to myself, not to the question. It says Opera engraved right here, and then it's got the number right here in the back. You can't really see it, but I chose number 18 out of 18, personally. Because I really thought about the number a lot, because we get our first pick, because it's an exclusive. But I chose 18 because of Jesus saying the first will be last and the last will be first. So that's why I chose number 18.
So that you can be first?
I just thought, well, so there's a 0, there's a double 0, and then there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 through 18. So there's 20 pens, but there's 2 different zeros. So I thought long and hard about which number I was going to take.
A lot of people would probably want the zeros.
A lot of people would want the zeros, and I thought that I should probably let our good customers have their choice. So I know that a lot of times people want the last number in a series as well.
18 is also good luck. Well, that's actually why the Visconti numbered it out of 18.
They like to
do eights.
They like to end things in 8s when they can.
88 pens or things like that.
Yes. So I need to explain the filling system on this pen.
Well, that's going to be a whole separate thing too. Well,
It will be.
Dante demonstrated it as well.
Dante did demonstrate it in his Periscope when we were here. But if you're familiar with a vacuum filler system, it's similar to that. The concept is anyway. So it has a rod with a piston seal at the end. You unscrew it, and you pull it back, and then when you fill it by pressing down, and then it creates a vacuum inside the pen and sucks ink up into the pen. That's the idea. However, the reason why it's called a double reservoir power filler is because it has a large empty section right here in front of the piston. And the logic for this is the amount of space that's in here is right at about 0.6 milliliters.
I wouldn't be nervous about the rose gold. This is going to be a higher quality rose gold plating for sure.
Mm-hmm. So,
and also the one that happened to should be covered under warranty. So, okay, go body.
Okay, so yeah, we'll get to the price. It's not quite $1,000.
$995.
$995, which is why I'm explaining everything in such detail.
This is definitely.
This is not
the most expensive thing we've ever done.
This is not your everyday pen. So the whole thing with the double reservoir is the amount of space that's in front of the piston mechanism is 0.6 milliliters, which is the ink capacity of your typical standard international short cartridge. So what happens when you normally have a vacuum filling pen is the seal has an O-ring on it, and it seals up this large cavity of ink, which is a good thing because when you're traveling and stuff like that, it keeps the ink from spilling out of the pen, which it does with this one too. However, when you have those and it's sealing up what is typically the entire body of ink, it's not going to write very long before you need to unscrew the back of the pen and let the ink drop back down, because essentially the only ink that's going to be available is what's in your feed, because you're blocking off the ink reservoir. So the way they designed this one was so that you would have essentially it's essentially the amount that you would have in a typical cartridge converter that you can write with without having to unscrew the back. And then when you need more ink, all you got to do is unscrew the back, and it'll open up that section, the ink will drop back down, and you've essentially refilled with another cartridge's worth of ink. And then you fill it back up. And screw it together. And then if you need to travel with it, all you got to do is flip it upside down, unscrew it, the ink drops back down into the reservoir, you screw it tight, it's all sealed up, and then you can travel like so. So that's how the double reservoir power filler works. Essentially, the ink capacity of this pen, you have the entire contents of a Visconti traveling ink pot in the back of your pen. And then you have about a cartridge's worth here in the front. That's basically what you're doing, is you're carrying around a traveling ink pot on your pen. So,
and you can use the traveling ink pot to fill it with a full fill very successfully, which
yes,
will be in a future video.
Traveling ink pot works really well for this pen. Really well. It fills it literally to the brim, as it does with any vacuum filling pen. And you need to have gigantic man hands to use it. Pretty much.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
It's heavy.
It's a heavy pen. It's a fairly fat pen. The back is pretty heavy as well. So you're probably not going to use it posted because it's going to be so back heavy. You're so excited for Q&A 100 you convinced yourself today was Friday. I hope you guys like Q&A 100. I hope your expectations aren't too high. However high they are, you should get them higher because it's going to be amazing. Hopefully.
Thank you, Joseph. Go back
Thank
to
you.
bed.
Good night, Joseph.
She said she had to go, so I told her she could go.
These kids.
Are you helping her?
What are we doing for the big one? I'm not going to say. It'll be out tomorrow. You'll see it. It's going to be out in 14 hours.
Yeah.
You'll see it. You think I might... Do you think I have a Goulet ink splatter tattoo right now? So there you go. It is almost 10 p.m. for us here, so we'll have it out around noon tomorrow. So it's about 14 hours away.
Yeah, so there's this in rose gold and then a black rhodium version coming in a couple weeks.
Yep.
Which we haven't seen, but it'll have a black nib as well, we're told.
Yeah, it's going to be sweet. So anyway, that's the Crimson Tide. Definitely not a pen for everybody. I totally get that. But at least now you understand what it's all about. Crinkly plastic. And there we go. We have now reached the end of our broadcast. That was a lot of different pens.
I also have the Twilight VP. Want to jewel over that again?
We can show the Twilight. We don't have any.
That's true. That's just a tease.
There you go. Twilight VP. We'll just go ahead and throw that out there. Why not?
There's so many beautiful pens.
Yes, the black with the red should look
The blue in that looks
awesome.
very similar to the blue in the 580.
It really does, actually.
Maybe a little more turquoise, but pretty.
It's pretty close.
Pretty similar?
Pretty spot on.
Mm.
Yes. So, anything else you guys want to see again real quick before we pack
Why
it up,
not
pack it up here?
inspired on this page? Sorry.
Whew. That's a lot of pens. In retrospect, the copper VP was not a good seller. I think
Not as good as this
not
one.
as good as this one. I think it sold just fine.
It was,
I actually,
it was good, but it was very conservative.
I actually didn't mind having it for a little while, honestly, because typically they sell out really fast, like this one did.
This was the fastest ever.
At least for us. For other people, maybe not as much.
Ellie, do you need help?
When will the inkwells be back in stock? Hopefully
Soon.
next week.
Really soon.
Hopefully next week. That's what we're being told.
The Twilight didn't even last a week. It was
3 days?
yeah, I think.
2 days, 3 days, something like that. Yeah. You want to see the Blue Angel again? We thought about partnering with somebody like Karis or Tactile Turn. I've reached out to both of them.
Did I notice a bad review for the Twilight? Yeah, I did notice. I took it down. Ooh. And then the people who reviewed that review, it all got ridiculous. Did you see all that, Brian?
Here's a Blue Angel. No, I didn't see that.
Oh, someone was just criticizing the color, and they left it like a 1-star review because they thought it was whatever. And so then then other people started leaving other reviews criticizing that person. Just got out of control.
All right.
So
Haters gonna hate, right? So there you go. There's the Blue Angel. What was I gonna say? This color is really cool. Love the blue. Like people on his Amazon with the books they haven't read. Exactly.
there are some funny reviews on Amazon.
That's very true. That's very true. Yes. So lots of cool pens here to show.
Oh, I forgot I made coffee.
It's not gonna be warm now.
It is not. It is room temperature.
The VP does not look anything like the
I'm
vampires.
sorry. I'm trying
That's
not to
very
get
true.
like a yawn fest again. Sorry.
Oh gosh.
I'll just here. Every time I yawn, I'll just like hold up the owl.
All right. So that's all. Thanks for joining us. Appreciate y'all giving us some feedback. We will
Episode 100 tomorrow.
see you tomorrow with episode 100. I'd love your feedback on that. Please, please, please leave comments on YouTube or on the blog when you see that video, because I want to know what you think. Cool?
And then
All right.
101 will be the Dante interview, right?
101 is going to be the Dante interview.
So you're not going to be like back for a little while, like with regular questions.
I'm going to be shooting, well, see, then we're going to be out of town that
so
following
you're shooting
week.
it ahead of time.
I'm shooting episode 102 on Monday,
That's
which is
weird.
like almost 2 weeks in advance. It's going to be
You're
really
like,
bizarre.
today is November something.
Yes. It is weird. I'm going to be saying,
And
like,
Thanksgiving is starting.
Thanksgiving is going to be starting up too.
And some other stuff. So
we
much
just got
exciting stuff,
we just got
guys.
lots of good stuff going on.
Yeah, we need to go help our kids go to the bathroom.
Yeah, exactly.
Good job, Ellie. Do you need help? Good. I'm proud of you.
You want a yogurt time with Brian? I'm actually out of yogurt at the moment. We need to get to the grocery store. Love my yogurt.
It was just pee-pee. It was no poopy. It was just pee-pee.
Oh gosh, yum.
I went pee-pee all by myself.
Should do a Periscope where I just eat yogurt and don't say anything. I'll just eat yogurt and see how many people understand what's going on.
Some people get it.
We would turn off a lot of people.
Some people get it. You might lose people for life though. That's like the first one they tune in on. They're like, seriously? Are they this conceited?
Yeah, I think so.
They expect people to watch them eat yogurt.
It would be creepy / funny, yes.
It was inside out, but you got it outside out? Good.
Good job, Ellie.
Good. Okay.
She's trying to put on her footy pajamas by herself. Sometimes it works.
It was inside out, so now she got it outside out.
Yes.
Well, just let me know if you need help.
All right. We're heading out. We'll see you later.